always relied on storytelling in order to know how to survive. Like when the very first person created fire, and how did he or she communicate what fire is, what fire does, so on and so forth. We are the only species in the world that has an oral tradition. So oral tradition meaning nagkikwentuhan. And why do we do it? We write to make sense of ourselves and of the world. Because it's really ingrained in our DNA. It's really part of being human, to tell stories. We're meant to do this, diba? So it's not a task that is given to any other creature or animal or consciousness or being. But storytelling is very integral to being human. So we're actually the only species on Earth who can invoke awe and who can respond to awe. So that is already telling of the secret to what the soul is, diba? Or where the soul lies, because we feel this intangible feeling. I was able to determine this sort of useful analogy whenever I'm going to write something new, whether it's an article or a story or a very long Instagram caption. I approach it with the mindset of a traveler. Like, when I write, I always feel like I'm going to someplace new. So, yung preparation mo pag magta-travel ka, whether, wherever it is you aim to go, it's similar. Actually, it's a lot like writing. Does it bring clarity? Write about it. Did you overcome fear? Small and big triumphs, write about both. Does it cause awe? Does it cause love? If you say yes, then write about these things. If something is good, if it speaks to the soul, if it helps, if it heals, you must write about these things. Go ahead, I hope you write true. Thank you.
Ikot tayo. Introduce yourself, why you're here, and then what card you picked, and why do you think you picked it. Okay? To start, I picked the card Courage. So, usually, you will always pick the right card. Yung rule mo lang dito is to allow and breathe. So, allow to let go, to pour yourself, to pour your soul, to just channel whatever you feel like feeling into the paper. This exercise will really help us to uncover who you really are and what we really want. Kasi you are now given a space to just be yourself. You are now given space for you to actually just listen to what your soul wants to tell you.
It was really just that. Just lines. Parang, and I feel like it's very reflective of my search for order. And that's what's always been holding me back. Na parang for me to justify my actions, there has to be order.
Siguro getting there, I guess. Because I overthink a lot. As you can see.
Like, I saw this as so green, diba? And then, this was what blossomed out of that. Na parang, this is just your process. Na parang, things have to be like this first for you to be able to understand.
So, I guess, like, kasama sa path natin is really going back and embracing na, yeah, people can judge us. Pero at the end of the day, all I can be is myself. You are more benefit to the world if you love yourself so much. And if you embrace who you truly are. Kasi yung gifts mo, hindi mo nire-replace.
thing about this pan de coco here in Masa is that it is warm and beautiful on the inside, just like
me. Just like me.
We're back here at open house. It's about 1.5 hours before my workshop starts, but I want to show you something just now.
Today I am selling my cards, so they're oracle cards. So you can use one or pick one every day. So that's your message for the day. And I'm also selling my power cards. So I make them for you. So you let me know, and then whatever your intention is, I'll translate it into a doodle. So it's like a magical sigil that you'll get especially for you and for your intention.
So this whole weekend has been for mounting story sessions. We started with writing, then we did illustration, then doing photography, and then later Chino is doing videography. And I like it. It's all about kind of a less technical and more personal, spiritual, mindful approach to being able to tell stories using all the different media here. So I'm excited to share my workshop. So yeah, I'll see you for that later. May explosion talaga ng photography ngayon dahil sa internet, lalo na social media, especially Instagram. And parang sa simula talaga, I mean, ito talaga initially maging inspiration. Ito, ang tawag ko dito, ako lang may tawag dito nun. I call it yung kind of mainstream na photography. And you've all seen yung mga ganitong style ng photography on Instagram, which is maganda naman. It's just that over time, mapapansin mo, lalo na pag tining mo siya in this way, mapapansin mo, medyo maganda pero pare-pareho. In photography as in life, yung talagang nakikita ko rin, natutunan ko rin, kapag hinahabol mo, kapag nag-post ka ng photography kasi naghahabol ka ng atensyon, sa labas nang gagaling yun, hindi sa loob eh. So ultimately, malilimit yung galing mo as a photographer kapag galing lang sa labas. Kasi anong mangyayari doon? Susundan mo lang yung gusto ng iba, hindi yung gusto mo. Lahat tayo ngayon, brand tayo dahil sa social media. Ganon. Pero, I feel mas maging malalim lang yung practice natin if imbes tayong mag-build ng brand, we think about telling stories. Sa Instagram, maraming tao na may technique. Galing nila gumamit ng camera. Pero, nagkukulang na sa vision kasi pare-pareho na yung mga photos na nakikita natin. Pero, kung puro ka naman vision, hindi ka magaling gumamit ng camera, yung mga photo mo, hindi maganda yung pagkakagawa, parang ano lang yan, parang yung idea na walang execution, wala siyang masyadong halaga. Pero kapag napagsama mo yung dalawang yun in a way that's very true to you, doon talaga lumalabas yung magandang photos. You don't have to travel far. Kailangan yung it's just your mind that has to travel far.
There's a lot of stories to tell here in particular. Paano pa kaya sa buong Pilipinas? So while we're here, we find out, we connect with people, and we try to tell their stories, whether it's through video, whether it's through photography, through writing, illustration.
Iinuman sa beach, iiwan na lang yung mga basura nila. And we are aware na talagang ganun ang magiging epekto niya, masama.
So, ang gawin lang natin is mag-pray kay God na huwag na nilang ituloy.
Alisin natin yung ugaling magkalat.
Tayo din lang naman ang naglilinis sa beach.
Kailangan natin maging awareness din sa kalikasan. Yun lang naman, respeto lang.
With projects like this, mabibigyan mo ng platform yung mga taong they're part of the story. They're actually where the story began. Pero nakakalimutan lang as La Union progresses. Now, we don't get to look back anymore. Kasi nasasapawan na siya ng all these other stories.
Parang magkakapit-bahay lang kayong lahat, tapos magkakakilala kayo. So, hindi ko kailangan lang may mag-initiate.
Okay, that's mine. Send your validations below. Answer our polls. Do you think Aaron is beautiful? A, inside, B, outside, C, both, or D, none of the above?